So it is one of the major fixtures in a Super League season. Leeds Rhinos against Wigan, two of the competition heavyweights going toe-to-toe. Even though Leeds, the hosts, are missing a number of key personnel, there's still the prospect of a ding-dong contest against their arch-rivals, the Wigan Warriors, who are aiming to maintain their winning start to the season. And who do you think will do that, Barry? Leeds to end their losing bubble, or Wigan to maintain their run?
Well, it's Wigan's game to take this, isn't it? They come into this game off the back of a win against York last week and a moral victory for the Rhinos. But for the Rhinos, particularly in the forwards, they've got to bite down on that gum shield and get to work, because that was almost enough against St Helens last week, and they've got a half-back this week. They didn't have any last. Yeah,
they had to adapt to the situation, and they'll have to adapt again this evening, Terry, to the absence of ringmasters, string pullers.
Well, Richard Agard just wants the same commitment, effort, desire that he showed last week, and you dream of playing in big games like this. So the same effort will be asked for by these young players on both sides, and it's going to be an interesting contest, I think, Bill.
A Wigan in their purple away kits, getting the first set of possession at the start of this contest on another lovely evening at this Headingley Stadium. The pitch once again in perfect condition. It's a bit of a chill in the air, but not too bad by recent standards, and not a breeze to speak of. Nothing to complain about on the meteorological front.
Perfect conditions, Bill, perfect. Sun was shining this afternoon, as you've said. I think the player who caught the ball there, Jack Broadbent, my word, hasn't he increased his stock? Can play in the centres, he's playing at full-back now, proving he's probably not going to be difficult to budge when everybody comes back. Richard Agard got some big decisions to make, but what he's doing is making it really hard to be left out of this 17.
Yeah, Jack Walker, of course, absent. Richie Myler, likewise. First penalty of the game goes in favour of the Leeds Rhinos, says referee Chris Kendall.
Well, Cruz Leeming gets out from dummy half. He thought the markers weren't quite set, they weren't squirt, so he goes, he steps back into them, and then the ball stripped. The penalty said, no, that's okay. But then when the ball was stripped, that's the reason why he gives the penalty away.
Next line, boys, next line.
There is Cruz Leeming, had a great game against St Helens that ended the Leeds Rhinos' hold on the Challenge Cup, not until they'd put up a really good struggle and only lost it in the last few minutes, got to within 2 points. Meanwhile, they are on the attack here. First tilt at the Wigan line with Cameron Smith, who plays the ball. Leeming gets the pass away. Here is Reece Martin in the halves tonight, normally in second row, or the centres. Cameron Smith. Here is Matt Pryor now. Pryor, he's lost that ball. Knock on under a bit of pressure, and the Wigan players celebrate, having seen off that challenge.
Normally so safe. They will rely on his experience. This game, big minutes will be expected of Matt Pryor.
Is it a hand in? I think Oliver Partington again is there or thereabouts, but again Matt Pryor in good field position needs to be a little bit better than that.
Jackson Hastings, and here's Liam Farrell. Another player being pressed into position, into playing in a position he's not overly familiar with. Farrell in the centres.
We've got virtually 4 back rowers. I know Alex Mellor, Alex Sutcliffe can play both centre and back row, but if you look at that, you've got forwards playing in the backs all over the place.
They're versatile rugby league players.
Absolutely.
Especially modern day players.
Absolutely.
So Wigan just over the halfway line, up to the halfway line rather, and Hastings launches that kick. First test of the night for Broadbent at the back for Leeds, and he's up to the challenge.
And like Barry said, so impressed with him, just his 7th appearance, Bill. And the back 3 for Leeds Rhinos, I think they'll help the forwards out as the game goes on. The likes of Tom Briscoe, Luke Briscoe, getting those meters going forward. First of all, it's Luke, then it's Tom here. Just try and dominate that collision, but it's really difficult because Wigan are a side that get numbers in and slow you down.
Big brother Tom it was. Now here's Oledzki called into Sean Wayne's England squad on the back of an impressive start to this new campaign. Kyle Eastman's first touch, apart from that penalty which he put into touch, was simple, and I think that's probably going to be his modus operandi tonight, isn't it?
Keep it simple. Yeah, exactly. Get to your kick it into the corners, chase really hard, go after them, and I'm sure they'll put an awful lot of pressure on this youngster who is a talent, Umaila Hanley.
It was good discipline from Donaldson, and he was probably half a step too early. Umaila Hanley catches that ball and he's almost there, Jamie Donaldson, but he holds back, completes the tackle, and now Leeds Rhinos can apply some pressure.
Hanley keeping his place on the Wigan wing. Had that role for all 3 games so far. Pryor quickly off the mark to close down Sam Powell.
Well, he made sure that he was set at marker because Alex Mellor wasn't set, and he did his work.
Hastings. It's good defence in the middle of the field on Smithers. Very quickly, Alex Sutcliffe, and so Hastings kicks straight down the middle of the field into the arms of Broadbent, who winds up for a run back towards the Wigan defenders.
That was a good defensive set from Leeds Rhinos, just 25 metres. The Warriors were able to make, then carrying the ball forward. You can just see Briscoe now trying to get to the halfway line. Whenever Cruz Lehman's there, you've got to make sure you jump with him, push up with him.
Playing with a lot of confidence at the start of this season, Cruz Lehman. He missed the start of the 2020 campaign due to pre-season injury, but he's really fizzing at the start of this season for Leeds.
Bill, both hookers are getting an excellent platform set by that big pack from the Rhinos.
And they've got a bit of a platform here now, but Wigan are trying to demolish the platform. Farrell almost bundling Sutcliffe into touch. It's on the last, and they're going to be wrapped up. Reece Martin didn't have time. And is that where your kicker, the general, is missing, maybe?
I'm nodding at you as you're asking me that question, because when Richard Agar spoke about what his side did do right, what he spoke about in the negative column was how they handled their last players. Now, obviously, Reece Martin's a back row. He's a quality back row, runs good lines, can kick goals, all of that stuff. What he's not adept at doing is looking after that last player. So maybe Kyle Eastman, unfamiliar with the people around him, will take that responsibility as the game goes on.
Big ask for Kyle Eastman back in rugby league after 9-year absence. His last rugby league game was in July 2011 for St Helens against the Castleford Tigers. So that's quite a gap. Things have moved on a bit. Sutcliffe pouncing. Here is Hastings, and Hastings quickly closed down by Cameron Smith, who calls for some support from Aletsky. Powell gets the pass away, and Hardacre. That's a tricky kick, but it sits up nicely for Jack Broadbent, just 20 years of age.
Played at a decent pace, hasn't it? Real high tempo going from end to end.
Discipline set, isn't it? Discipline set from both sides. Adrian Lamb talked last week in that cup game about his side's lack of discipline, both in regards to penalties and not sticking to the game plan. Both sides, 8 minutes gone, they're both at 100% completions.
There is the Wigan Warriors coach. Pretty satisfactory start to the campaign for him and his team, through to the Challenge Cup quarter-finals, where they'll meet Hull FC. That's to come. Meanwhile, a big challenge on here, and big challenge for Umaila Hanley. Couldn't get out of trouble, and we'll have the first goal line drop out of the game.
Well, got a lot of skills, hasn't he? Cruz Lehman from dummy half. Excellent way to kick. You can see he's under some pressure. Umaila Hanley, last week when they played Saints in the Challenge Cup, they were looking for the sideline on a number of occasions. Leeds Rhinos looking to build some pressure here now. They've had some decent field position on the back of some hard work.
Better kick from Leeds on that occasion, and it's earned them the ball back from that goal line dropout. Here is Matt Pryor now, 33 years of age, and taking on a senior leadership role with Leeds in his second season at the club.
Singleton out of the line, hunting for Aletsky. A real key battle for me. Really looking forward to the big number 8s tonight.
Here is James Donaldson making a start tonight, a rare start, only the 7th start, in fact, of his Leeds career. He's normally to be seen coming from the bench. Here is Leeming teasing the Wigan defence, and then Eastman gets the pass away. 4 tackles gone. Mellor is brought down, just short of that Wigan try line. The Warriors with some defending to do now. Eastman. Here is Matt Pryor. Pryor taking a couple of them with him.
Will Kyle Eastman take control on this last tackle as they make a mistake? Sorry, Bill. Make a mistake on that last tackle as the ball is being played. Is it Matt Pryor again? Player in possession.
Oh, real mess there.
Yeah.
Cruz, don't go early. Cruz, 10 metres.
So Leeds concede possession, having got themselves into a really good situation. Cameron Smith wrestling for that ball with Jake Bibby. Bibby just about clinging onto it. Here's Willie Isa. Another one of the temporary centres. Although he's got a bit more experience in that role.
His career out wide, didn't he? On the wing at centre at Melbourne as a youngster.
Meanwhile, it's only the 2nd centre appearance for Liam Farrell. Here is John Bateman. Good to see him back in Super League.
Great work from Bateman. Does that a lot, doesn't he? Comes from the right side and tries to find a lazy defender around that middle section.
Tony Clubb shoves Zalewski away, plays the ball. Hastings puts the kick in. Broadbent again is equal to the challenge. No pressure on him.
Well, every kick that Wigan have put in, they've kicked centre field. They seem to be targeting the youngster instead of kicking it to the more experienced players out on the edge.
I'm not just going to keep calling you.
Penalty here. Willie Isa just lifts the leg of Luke Briscoe, puts him in a dangerous position. Penalties awarded. Get out of trouble. Wigan have done all the hard work, bringing the ball away, got to a decent kick, and then they have you where they want you.
Stay behind, boys.
And then you give the penalty away. Gives you a good 20-30 metres from this kick here.
And again, I'm going to be watching when Leeds Rhinos play to that last tackle. Is it Kyle Eastman that steps up? He's an excellent communicator. Yes, he's an explosive runner of the ball. He's elusive. All that stuff we know, but he's developed that part of his game. In the other chord, of course, of just being in control when they need an important person to step forward.
There is Kyle Eastman. Meanwhile, Leeds just over the halfway line. And here is Zalewski, and Zalewski bumps off the first 2 Wigan challengers, among them Brad Singleton.
That is a huge run.
He looks unsteady on his feet, Singleton. When he got up, staggered just a little bit.
There he is again in the tackle, Brad Singleton. He won't want to throw in the towel early on here against his former club, having made 178 appearances in Leeds colours. This is a big night for him, returning to Headingley. Leeming, Eastman now. Eastman gets the ball to Sam Walters, another one of the youngsters, just 20 years of age. Here is Broadbent, and Broadbent, real confidence in this young man, another 20-year-old.
He was looking for Alex Sutcliffe then just to punch his a hole through the line.
Leeming short pass to Reece Martin. Martin trying to wriggle his way over the try line. And that was on the last. That'll be the turnover.
I think they'll be happy with that. They've turned it over the right area of the field. They've run it on the last play, looking for the try line. But they have them where they've got them trapped in the corner.
I'm going to answer my own question. I think by the nature that Reece Martin has took that ball on the last tackle, they're prepared to hand the ball over rather than kick it dead, giving Wigan a 7-tackle set.
Here's Sam Powell. Now here's Bateman. The tacklers, with Eastman among them, stop his progress. Willie Isa takes a bit of stopping. Former Samoan international. Hastings back on the inside. Singleton trying to wrestle his way to his feet. And Hastings inside his own 40 thumps another kick straight down the middle of the field, straight into the arms of Jack Broadbent. Leeds can live with that, can they?
Leeds are under Jack Broadbent. Like he's so confident, isn't he? You know, the way that he started the season, been thrown in by the coach. Richard Agard. Again, both sides not making a mistake. Coming out of trouble, get into the kick. Tom Briscoe using his footwork.
Oh, good work from Briscoe. Good work from Briscoe. Leeming trying to keep up with him. Briscoe's going to have to take the tackle.
Oh, he had to give it him then, Bill. He was on his left shoulder. He pushed up hard, Cruz Leeming.
Just got the angles wrong there. But it was a great run from Tom Briscoe. Now here's Alex Mellor. Mellor is tackled on the 20-metre line. And this is a good set. Donaldson running across the field.
They need to be with him.
Nobody there.
Sam Walters was facing a wide open gap. He needed to push up then.
Here's Aletsky once more. That's the 5th tackle. What will Leeds come up here? Leeming puts a kick in, and it's snapped up by Jackson Hastings round his toes.
It was a good read, wasn't it? He knew exactly what was on then, Jackson Hastings. And for Wigan to go on and win this game, he'll have his fingerprints on most things that they do well. Just have a little look. You could see him anticipating that kick then.
We've had 15 minutes of unbroken play virtually, haven't we? Both sides getting to the end of the sets. The reason they do that is to take some energy away from their opposition. They're both employing the same tactic.
Again, he's gone for the same play, targeting Matt Pryor, then thinking he gets some change and a bit of a penalty from the referee.
5th tackle, and Wigan still well inside their own half. Hastings, this time a bit of an angle on the kick into the arms of Tom Briscoe. Can he undo the Wigan defence once again? Not giving him any chance, but he does manage to get the pass away.
Again, it's that late offload in the tackle, catches you.
Oh, Broadbent passes it straight to Powell.
Well, Sam Powell. Well, it doesn't look like a Leeds Rhinos kick, but the youngster might have heard a call. You could see him just begging for the penalty.
It's too tempting for him, isn't it? The young fullback gets his arms free, thinks he can find a support player. Wonderful offload from Briscoe, though. 2 great plays from the veteran winger over on that far side for the Rhinos.
Here's Tommy Luluai. Hastings, Eastman very quickly up to make that tackle. Luluai. Here's Bateman now. Bateman trying to get his arms free to get the ball away, but Pryor had him all wrapped up. Powell. It's the pass away to Ethan Havard, who's just on the field. Little kick from Hastings into a nice bit of space. Broadbent's going to have to... Did he play at that ball? Hanley was chasing.
Chris Kendall, I think, takes a tumble in the back play. But to my knowledge, I think that's the furthest Wigan have been down this end. It's a glorious kick, isn't it? He's no option. Here's Tom Briscoe's break from early. He steps off his right, comes across, finds Clubb, hands off Willie Isa. And this pass was on and it needed to be given. Safety, the watchword for the Rhinos in this opening phase.
When you're ready, mate.
So Reece Martin.
Shot clock off, time back on.
Goal line dropouts. Lands in the arms of Tommy Luluai, who then gives it to Oliver Partington.
Move, Cruz! Hold here. Hold
And
here.
Wigan
Go on, well done,
with
Matt.
an opportunity
That's fine, nah.
to maybe test the Leeds Rhinos defence deep in their own territory.
Go to.
Luluai, Hastings pass for Bateman just over the 20-metre line now. The Leeds Rhinos backtracking.
Come on, get to your feet. Matt, you're off. Matt,
Bateman looking to the referee for some sympathy there. Nothing doing, so they go wide. And the pass, oh, Morgan Smithers just ankle tapped in time by Reece Martin. But Martin then clinging on too long, and the set restart hooter sounds. So pressure now on the Leeds defence. And here is Ethan Havard. He's only about 2-3 metres away from that Leeds line. Powell's pass bullets out to Hastings. Hastings to Farrell. Farrell running. Farrell for the line. And Liam Farrell stretches out and gets the first try of the game. And Wigan, having absorbed Leeds pressure in the opening 15 minutes or so, well, they forced the goal line dropout, and on the back of that they built the pressure and they scored the points.
Well, the game's built on effort, and the kick there from Jackson Hastings builds a bit of pressure. The youngster Jack Broadbent just touching that ball, and they haven't got a favoured side, Wigan, when they're attacking, but what they have got, they've got a player in Jackson Hastings that he's the big key indicator to where that ball's going. He runs with the ball, he stands defenders up, and he really keeps asking questions of that defence, and it's a one-on-one with Sutcliffe and Farrell, and he just has enough to get over that try line.
Liam Farrell is a quality player, playing out of position that knows where that try line is. But the job of Wigan to get over and get that first try was made a little bit easier by Rhinos getting up, some back. Player going in. I'm pretty sure when we watch it again, we'll see Mikolaj Oledsky go in and then rush out, and then that chain is broken then.
So Liam Farrell getting his first of the season. He got his 100th Wigan try in the game against Leeds last August. Hardacre will try to add on the 2 points. He can't do, just wide of the post, but Wigan get the first points of the game. They lead by 4 points to 0. Let's get a view from the sidelines with John Wells.
Yeah, thanks very much, Bill. They may lead the game, but Leeds Rhinos will be happy with their start. The forwards on paper don't match up against Wigan's. The answer, a bit of footwork prior to the line. Sam Walters there with the first carry. Just look how this sets up Mikolaj Oledsky. And that's what the Leeds Rhinos have been doing remarkably well. They are 4-0 down, but the first 90 minutes they've shown up incredibly well. Richard Agar will be happy.
Test for the experienced Leeds Rhinos coach, the current circumstances, and Isa did so well there to stay in the field of play. Tiptoeing on the whitewash he was.
Hold here. Go on.
Good job he wasn't a boot size bigger.
2. Move back, don't go early.
There is Willie Isa
Go 2.
in his 6th season with the Wigan Warriors. And he's so dependable. He played 48 consecutive games up until last September when he missed a game. He's back on another run of appearances now.
Move, Cam! Let's get Mikolaj here.
Bateman back at his former club after his very successful NRL stint.
Move up the legs! Mark it, James! You're off.
Ball with Jackson Hastings, and Hastings eventually kicking. Once more, Broadbent is underneath it.
No pressure from Leeds. That's the reason Hastings was able to take another 10 or 12 metres before he put that kick in. Territorially now, they're just tightening that clamp up, aren't they, Wigan? When they get near the line, players like Sam Powell are deadly from a metre or 2 metres close to the line, but nice interplay, puts Farrell over for the first.
Well, Leeds gets more tackles with the set restart hooters sounding in their favour. Chris Kendall spotting an infringement. So can they capitalise on that? They're up to the Wigan 40-metre line. As Luke Briscoe plays the ball. Here is Cameron Smith now. Smith bursts through the first tacklers.
He does a decent job, then he gets behind the ruck area. I think there was a late retreater. It was Ethan Havard.
Here's Kyle Eastman now. Here's Oledsky. Takes some stopping, does the young front rower. 10 metres out now as Leeming gets the pass away. Cameron Smith couldn't quite hit that ball with the ferocity he was hoping for. Oledsky once more, but Wigan there to meet him, and again they'll turn the ball over.
Bill, it's a good point that you make. You said it about Oledsky, but you can apply it to a few of the players playing for the Rhinos tonight. Yes, they're difficult to put down, so Wigan commit more than 2 defenders, sometimes 3, sometimes 4. So the space, the opportunity, the chance is available for somebody else.
James, wait.
Jake Bibby in possession. We've got more Super League action coming up tomorrow evening, 7:30, Sky Sports Arena for Hull Kingston Rovers against the Huddersfield Giants. And then on Saturday evening, 4:55 on Arena, Catalan Dragons host the Salford Red Devils. Here, Wigan Warriors leading the Leeds Rhinos by 4 points to 0. Morgan Smithies just over the 40-metre line in the Wigan half. Hastings. Tommy Luluai. 35 years of age, and got a breather last week, missed the cup tie against York. Hardacre with the kick, and full-back Broadbent just lets that one find touch.
Good skill set, hasn't he? Zach Hardacre can run, can pass. He's proving on that occasion his accuracy with the boot. He'd prefer it to stay in field, not go over that back line, giving Leeds a 7-tackle set, but it drifts off the island, and everybody gets a chance on 24 minutes to just take a breath.
They'll need it because it's been 24 minutes of virtually non-stop action. I think a couple of breathers when there were goal line dropouts.
It's been full on. Both sides have played extremely well. Obviously Wigan in front on the scoreboard.
Wigan hoping to extend their winning run against the Leeds Rhinos. They've won the last 5 encounters with Leeds at Super League level anyway. And they're many people's tip to win this one, given the extent of the Leeds Rhinos' injury problems. Wigan, with their own, though, has been pointed out already this evening. The fact that Isa and Farrell are playing in the centres, evidence of that.
I think it's when you look at the Leeds side, there's only really Tom Briscoe that would be maybe a starter in that back line. That's where Leeds Rhinos are missing it.
And we keep talking about the halves, potentially 5 players that can play 6 or 7 not available for Richard Agar.
Well, the kick from Leeming ricochets. He was looking to drill it down towards the corner. Instead, it's picked up by Tommy Luluai just inside his own 40-metre. And here's Jake Bibby, the Wigan Warriors' top try scorer this season so far, with 5 tries, a hat-trick and a double. He plays the ball. Hastings.
What a pass from Sam Powell.
He looks strong on the edge, doesn't he, Morgan Smith?
Yeah,
normally plays in the middle.
They're trying to find Morgan Smithers a lot, aren't they? Alex Sutcliffe over on that right side for Leeds, left side for Wigan.
Hanley plays the ball. Here is Hastings. Thomas Luluai. Bateman. Squeal of the tyres as he cut infield, and Hardacre now bats aside the first, but Eastman comes back to make the tackle. That's the 5th. Hardacre got away with that one, bit of a tangle, but Hastings kicks towards Briscoe on the wing. The ball is batted backwards, I think, but it's going to find touch, and that surely be Leeds. Leeds possession.
Yeah,
head and feed. Those were the days.
I was just checking the. I thought I'd missed something then, Bill. Is that what they're called? Rules, the more guidelines. But yeah, just going back to Morgan Smithies, hitting on that left edge attack for Wigan, trying to target Alex Mellor, Reece Martin, strong runner of the ball. Of course, he can pass as well, but he's just looking to make a dent defensively in the Rhinos.
Here is Reece Martin. PNG international, has captained his country as well, and has been a good recruit for the Leeds Rhinos. Plenty of points contributed from Reece Martin. Nothing to show for it so far for Leeds as Mellor plays the ball. Luke Briscoe takes him up to the halfway line, but that's the 5th tackle. Does need to be a good kick now. It's with Reece Martin, and Martin gets some height on that one. Hanley is backtracking and very safe underneath it.
Great catch for the young winger. There's a penalty there, but I cannot tell you the quality of this game. All right, we're 4-0, 27 minutes, but Wigan Warriors at 100% completion and the Rhinos at 92. It's a great take, isn't it? He looks for a bit of a space and a gap.
High tackle there. Jared O'Connor just on the field. Here is Joe Bullock now, coming from the bench, and that's a pretty useful prospect for the Wigan Warriors, Joe Bullock.
They've made 3 changes in the forwards so far. Early on, we've not had 30 minutes. Bullock, Havard, Joe Shorrocks all come onto the field.
Here's Willie Isa now. And that's 33 metres, and Willie Isa looking towards the touch judge and hoping for some sympathy. Nothing doing. Play continues. Is Morgan Smithies again. He takes some handling.
Running up those same two players.
Here's Luluai. Shorrocks. Then on to Ethan Havard. About 15 metres out now, Wigan, from the Leeds try line. On the last. And it's Luluai, Hastings, they're running it. Hardacre, oh, Farrell couldn't take the pass. And it's picked up by Broadbent at the back for Leeds.
They do a decent job, Wigan, when they go at the line. The half-backs are really nice and direct, creating space. But Tom Briscoe was up to the task then of putting some pressure on Liam Farrell. He had to wedge in, otherwise it was a 2-on-1. He gets this Farrell, he scored a try.
Liam Farrell sending a try double. Here is Jared O'Connor. A good game against St Helens in the cup defeat. Made 35 tackles. Leeming. Cameron Smith. Oledzki. Try scorer against St Helens. And that's what was a big performance from him. Eastman gets the kick away. Fires it downfield. And Hardacre claims it over his head and quickly runs it back towards the Leeds defenders.
He was looking for the sideline then, Kyle Eastman, just to take the pace out of this game. And Wigan, the last 3 games that they've played this year, they've shifted the ball coming out of trouble, but they are really looking to take Leeds Rhinos on up the middle of the field before they get into that good ball area where they're spraying the ball from one side to the other.
Powell. Wigan patient again, building the pressure. Luluai, basketball over the top. Havard, that's the 5th tackle. Leeds doing well to contain them at the moment. Shorrocks shifts it on. Hastings puts the kick up, and this time Broadbent's under a bit more pressure. It comes backwards off Hastings, who'd taken the fullback out and then protests his innocence.
Well, he's saying that the penalty is awarded for Shorrocks that was within the 10 metre. He was offside, he was saying, when Jackson Hastings has kicked that ball, and you could see he puts his arms up when he knows that he's took Jack Broadbent out. You can see he's looking more over his left shoulder at the youngster.
And then belatedly puts his...
Yeah, play at him though.
Yeah, he's done a decent job. It's just not quite good enough to fool the referee.
Wait here. Go.
So Leeds breathe a bit of sigh of relief, and here is Sutcliffe just inside Wigan territory. Brad Dwyer is on. Here is Jared O'Connor now.
And mixing the 9s up now, you'll see the running game from Dunmouth. Anytime there's a win, Brad Dwyer scored a couple of tries last week against Saints. So dangerous.
This was a successful ploy from the Leeds Rhinos in that cup tie, and it's worked once, so Richard Ager obviously thinking it could work again. Leeds coach has really got to try and mix things up, make the best of what he's got. And Cameron Smith plays the ball. Dwyer. Oledzki couldn't hold on to that, was down round his knees, and Bullock brings it away.
Looking for that crash ball then, Mikolaj Oledzki.
He was trying to change his angle of run, maybe turn the ball up and feed the ball back to the hooker. Caught in 2 minds. You can see he wants to plant that left foot, turn it up to his 9, and he just doesn't get control. Geez, this has been a good arm wrestle. 32 minutes.
Rude by your coach.
The anguish. The anguish of the Leeds coach. And he's one of the most, in terms of when you see him on the sidelines, he's pretty laid back and relaxed.
But I think that's the part of the game he's working on with his young side, missing those decision makers that are going to take control at the back end of the set. And he wants improvement from his side.
Here is Joe Bullock now. That's the 5th tackle. Referee says get up. Hardacre, little chip kick over the top. He will chase it. There is space there. He'll get it, and he'll get the try. And what a virtuoso solo try that is from Zach Hardacre. Caught everybody napping at the back for the Leeds Rhinos, and Zach Hardacre gets his 3rd try of this campaign, and he made that all his own. The kick and the chase. There was nobody home for Leeds. and Wigan extend their advantage.
Well, during his Rhinos days, he loved playing at this ground. He would have relished playing this game, knowing there were a few players missing, but the opportunity to place that ball, put it on the end of his toe, judge the bounce, and that is a pure athlete, that, ladies and gentlemen. Rugby league perfection. Perfect bounce, perfect kick, and a perfect response from Wigan.
You know, you talk about vision from a player, and that man's got it in abundance. He spotted that James Donaldson was down. They were a number short. The back row wasn't there on the right, so it puts pressure on the other players around him. He just takes control. The 2015 Man of Steel when he was with the Rhinos. And what a great debate that is. Who's going to be the fullback of the World Cup at the end of the year?
Well, he didn't play fullback once in 2020, did he?
Incredible.
Centres all the while. And now here he is at the start of this season, and Bevan French is almost fit, was in the frame for this game. So Hardacre from the sideline, can he kick the goal? No. The try was good enough, though. One of the highlights of the season already then from Zach Hardacre.
He scored in all 4 games in League and Cup, hasn't he, this year? He is on form. And just have a little look there. 43%. He's winning the vote from the fans at home to be the fullback come the World Cup.
Stay behind the kick, boys.
Ahead of Sam Tompkins, who we'll see in action on Saturday. And the Catalan Dragons face Salford. So Wigan 8-0 ahead. Haven't been able to kick their goals. But that was a great solo try from Zach Hardacre. He scored tries in all 3 wins so far this season.
And that was a pretty impressive carry from Bullock. Runs right at the Leeds Rhinos, number 8, Mikolaj Aledski, and then the Rhinos a little bit too eager for the referee's liking.
Come on, boys, this line, this line.
Let's go down to the sidelines and hear from Jenna Brooks.
Thanks, Bill. Yeah, Adrian Lamb told me this week that Zach Hardacre has impressed him, not just in the first few games of the season, but when he returned for pre-season. Said he came back bigger, faster and stronger. Lamb also referenced the fact that Zach and his partner recently had a baby and said that perhaps that had something to do with it. But sounds like the complete opposite of what happened to me when I had a baby. It made me bigger, but it also made me slower and very, very tired.
That's a coincidence, that, Bill. It made Tez put a lot of weight on when his wife had a baby.
And even more grumpy.
Yeah.
His hair fell out.
Hold here, hold here.
Well, Zach Hardacre does look in great form, has been in good form at the start of this campaign, and that's reflected in that vote. Here is Tom Briscoe. Leeds, not much threat from them, really. That Briscoe run may be the best opportunity. Dwyer could be the key if they're to unlock this Wigan defence. He got 2 tries, as Terry said, in the narrow cup defeat against St Helens last week. But then again, Wigan will know all about the Leeds hooker. There he is, Brad Dwyer, a Wiganer in actual fact. Leeds. Now then, the ball batted over the line by Zach Hardacre as Luke Briscoe was chasing.
The 2 young lads get caught in the headlights, really. Last tackle, Jared O'Connor, not sure whether to kick it or to pass it. He finds his travel buddy, who puts it on the end of his toe, and all 3 players in the Rhinos shirts chase hard.
Should explain Jared O'Connor and Sam Walters, ex-Widnes Vikings. But Leeds will get the ball back. And Eastman is underneath it. Here is Aledski. Again, really keen to take the battle to the Wigan forwards, Aledski. That'd be quite something if the former Polish diving international, Mikolaj Aledski, plays for the England Rugby League team. Quite a transition that would be. Born in Gdansk, but really making a name for himself. And
big line. Wow.
Sutcliffe could make a name for himself for the Leeds Rhinos here. That's a good run. Smith is right in his face. Oh, Cameron Smith trying to get that ball.
So knock on.
Who's knock on?
Wigan's knock on, I'm pretty sure of that.
It's lost forward onto a Wigan man.
No, I'm wrong. Wigan are going to end up... is lost forward onto a Wigan player from that player from Cameron Smith. When he tried to gather it in, John Bateman, there was a spill there. I thought luck might have been on the side of the Leeds team.
And then there's a ball steal there as Leeds try and reclaim possession in the last couple of minutes of this first half.
Well, just 2 minutes to go to half-time. Danger period. They can't keep turning the ball over. See Cameron Smith, he thought that Sam Walters had pulled out of that tackle. He tries to strip the ball, thinking that it's a one-on-one.
Leeds need to be on their guard here because they don't want Wigan posting more points before the half-time hooter sounds. 8-0. They'll probably settle for that. But if Wigan stretch away before the break, then the task becomes tougher for the Leeds Rhinos. Havard eventually gets to play the ball. Hastings kicks through the middle. Hardacre chasing this one as well. Is this going to sit up for him? Oh, he couldn't take it.
Well done, Luke Briscoe.
Oh, what a tackle from
Luke
Briscoe.
That was again, it was amazing read.
Check your knock on, please, mate.
Wonderful skill, isn't it, from those two players who synchronised their thoughts, synchronised their minds. Hardacre and Hastings combining.
Again, you play with your eyes up. You play exactly what's in front of you.
It's onside.
They could see that Jack Broadbent is caught in front of Jackson Hastings. There's space behind because the fullback's in the line. And the pickup's there, but I think it's the tackle from Briscoe. Just have a little look at this. The effort to go in, hit the ball comes free.
Would you view that as a knock-on?
From Briscoe.
Well, he's facing his own line, which is the first thing in his favour.
He's going in. He's going in to make the tackle. He hits his arm. Do you know, off his bicep? I think that's a knock-on from Zach Hardacre.
That's what it looks like.
That's tremendous work. Both sides of the ball. Commitment in defence and wonderful skill.
Ben Thaler, the video ref, agrees no try. And what's his restart?
No try, it's lost.
It's not lost in Zach Hardacre, is it?
Hardacre so close to a second try in a matter of minutes there. Another kick.
Well, again, it's just so dangerous, and you spot that the fullback within the blink of an eye is in the line. You've got to react, you've got to respond to something. Briscoe was there, the man who's got the ball now.
Only a goal on.
That is a massive let-off for the Leeds Rhinos, right on the stroke of half-time. And he would have been under the sticks virtually there with the extras to come. As it is, Sam Walters is running towards the halfway line for the Leeds Rhinos. And they trail by 8 points to 0. Here is Cameron Smith now. Shorrocks clinging onto him, brings him down on the 40-metre line. We're talking about youngsters in the Leeds side, but Wigan's crop of youngsters, very impressive. Learning, though, they are from being around the likes of Liam Farrell there. The kick from Reece Martin, just managing to get it away. Jake Bibby underneath that one. Bibby will take the tackle. Saw no real point in trying to fling himself at the Leeds defence at that point. Adrian Lamb pretty satisfied with his side's efforts in the first 40 minutes. Liam Farrell and Zach Hardacre, the try scorers in the first half for the Wigan Warriors. Hardacre unable to convert both of those. Wigan, though, lead by 8 points to 0. Thank you, Brian. The second half just about to get underway, and it'll be the Wigan Warriors to get us going through the boot of Zach Hardacre, and they'll be hoping, Wigan, that that boot can maybe pick up a few more points if they pick up a few more tries. Leeds, meanwhile, will be hoping that they can find a way of engineering some points, and that's really the way they've got to do it. They have got to try and come up with a way of getting the points, haven't they? You see what I mean?
Yeah, and to do that, Bill, they've got to be at the right area of the field, haven't they? They need that field position off the back of a strong kicking game, a couple of decent sets in defence as well. You want, like, Kyle Eastman to play at the line, cause some problems. I think you play off the back of this man, Mikolaj Oledzki. I've been so impressed, and I don't think he's been off the
I was just going to say, has he had a break?
No, I don't think he has.
We checked at half-time, put in a big shift, and he's setting that platform. Kyle Eastman There's obviously a lot of expectation. He hasn't played a competitive game of rugby for more than a year, so he's finding his feet on the run. And the Wigan Warriors, well, it was a well-executed try for the first one for Farrell, and then the second one was just a piece of genius from Zach Hardacre.
Here's the first try scorer, Liam Farrell. Wigan looking to complete their first 3-win start to a Super League season since 2017, when in fact they went unbeaten in the opening 6 fixtures, and that included a World Club Challenge win over Cronulla. Although they've got some tough fixtures coming up. Have the Wigan Warriors, Castleford Tigers at home, Hull FC at home, the next in Super League for Wigan. And then they play Hull in the Cup. Leeds, of course, no longer in the Cup, the holders. Their next assignment is away to Hull Kingston Rovers. And then they face the Huddersfield Giants, again away from home. They'll be hoping that they've got some of their frontline players back for that game. Oh, that game. Almost got away from Jack Broadbent. That kick. And he's heading back towards his own try line under pressure from Farrell and the impressive Morgan Smithies.
Well, they just wouldn't allow him to get down to the ground then. Jack Broadbent, and he was getting pushed back and dominated in defence. This is what they needed.
Music to Leeds' ears.
Of course it is. Some of those Leeds Rhinos players will be looking round each other saying, right, who's going to carry this ball, get us out of trouble? And the referee has been consistent with the whistle. The players have been offside in the game.
Reece Martin finds touch. Wigan retreat to just inside their own 40. And here once again is Oledzki. He's only missed 2 of the last 25 games as the young front rower. Now then, Sam Walters making his 6th appearance in the Leeds senior side. Walters.
No support then. Rhinos players hanging back for this next play.
Eastman again, simple pass on, and then it's with Sutcliffe, and Sutcliffe is tackled about 5 metres away from that Wigan try line. Can Leeds engineer something here? Eastman gets the pass away to Sam Walters, but Wigan deal with that threat. Dwyer. Here is Eastman. Eastman, a little chip kick. It's a good one. And Hastings, can he get out of trouble? I don't think so.
Well, that's good defence. Bit change direction as well in the attacking play, closer Wigan's line. This is exactly what they need. Good play, good push-up. Jared O'Connor along with Cameron Smith.
It's almost like he's giving himself 40 minutes back in rugby league, Kyle Eastman, just to look at the landscape, see how your game has changed. But Danny Maguire, he called for it, he asked for it. They've got to challenge more and ask more questions when they're down this end, and they need somebody like Kyle Eastman to step forward and take control.
Here's Oledzki from the goal line dropout, running the ball back towards the Wigan line. Shorrocks and Bullock doing the tackling for the Wigan Warriors. O'Connor now hit by 2 Wigan defenders, just about 20 metres out, bang in front of those posts. Big chance here now, maybe for the Leeds Rhinos at the start of the second half. Here is Reece Martin. Martin tackled just inside the 10 now, edging their way forward. 3 tackles gone. Jared O'Connor trying to find a way through, almost to the line. Just held up short. Dwyer pins the pass away. Eastman looping ball over the top to Luke Briscoe. Briscoe, lovely pass back on the inside to Alex Mellor, and Mellor gets the try. What a ball that was from Luke Briscoe. Seemed as though he was heading for the sidelines, facing the wrong way. He managed to get the pass out, and Alex Mellor gets his first try of the season. And this just goes all the way back to that goal line dropout.
Well, Kyle Eastman, when you looked at this game, I thought, like, we can't expect too much. We've been out the game for so long. Build pressure, the right area of the field, and then the class, the pass, the vision that he has there to throw the ball to Briscoe. And then Briscoe, the strength that he has to flick that ball back on the inside to Alex Mellor. Just his second appearance For the Rhinos in centre position, look, he just knows he has to support, he has to push up with his winger, and they do that. But for me, that comes down to the vision from this man who throws that ball over to the touchline, and then the pass inside seems so simple, and that's what it means to the coach. He needed a good start in the second half, and he's got one.
Reece Martin has kicked 5 goals already this season, 3 of them against St Helens in the Challenge Cup as well. He has been a prolific point scorer since he joined the club, and he's on target with that. That's could be crucial. Wigan failing to kick their goals. Reece Martin has landed his 6-8 in favour of the visitors. Let's go down to the sidelines. Hear from Jenna Brooks.
Baz knows this team very well because he virtually said Richard Agar's message word for word. It was that he felt that his team have to ask stronger questions when down their end, and disappointed with penalties given. He wants them to tidy that up. Adrian Lamb pleased with the first half effort and ball control. They just need to rise to the challenge in this second half.
They've got a challenge now because Leeds will be boosted by that, and Kyle Eastman will be boosted by that. The first time he's really chanced his arm and influenced the game.
He's had his fingerprints all over the opening 6 or 7 minutes or so, and you can just start to hear him. Obviously, we're at the ground. We can hear what the players are saying and communicating to each other, to their opposition, and he's getting louder and louder, Eastman. Oldham-born
Kyle Eastman. And Leeds on the halfway line. I've got to say, actually, when we're here and the stadium is empty, so you hear a lot of the talk and what's going on, but the noise in the build-up between the two sides when they were warming up, I think that's the loudest warm-up I have heard in all the time we've been doing these behind closed-door games. They were really giving it some, weren't they?
Bill, and that's a sign that the players are up for the game. You know, they're so pumped. They want to get out there. Barry and I spoke before the game about what it's like to play in these fixtures. Both sides would look at this fixture saying, right, that's the game we want to play in. Obviously missing the fans. Hopefully we're back in next month, but let me tell you, when the fans do come back, they will be loud. It will be ferocious.
There'll be some making up to do, that's for sure. Some catching up to do. South Stand will be letting rip.
We even miss the band, don't we, Bill, when we're here at Headingley?
No.
The drum, the band, the trombone,
yes,
the trumpet.
Everything.
Well, Wigan making a mistake in possession.
Well, this is what helped the Rhinos last week. The mistakes that Saints are making now. John Bateman with the mistake. You can see he gets up.
Oh, that's just a basic one as well.
Oh, he'll know that.
The ball hits his knee. Adrian Lamb watching on.
Daggers.
Maybe trying to get a gauge on the attitude of his players. He talked in the first half about ball control, stepping up to the challenge. Thought that was really interesting. Stepping up to the challenge of a side facing the missing probably 8, 9, 10 players.
Well, here is Oledzki. He has stepped up to the challenge. Dwyer, Cameron Smith, Reece Martin, Donaldson, then going back across the field, backwards for a moment. Walters, ball in one hand.
We're looking to offload then. He has got a decent offloading contact, Sam Walters.
Here's Luke Briscoe, hero of that Leeds try with his pass, and he's got a bang in the tackle there.
There was a few bodies around Briscoe, as we know with both the Briscoe brothers. Front up, muscle up, be prepared to hold. That first up contact has to be right, and then of course whenever Wigan teams are playing, that first up contact is only the start of your problems when you're carrying the ball.
I think there's going to be a problem with his right ankle there, and then the video referee will be talking, and Chris Kendall, Ben Fairley.
It's a bit high up for his ankle.
No, he goes in here, look, and I think it's Ethan Havard who lands on his ankle.
Yeah.
I think that's where the issue is.
They may well test how good his ankle is by just checking his shoulders.
Yeah, he seems to be lifting his arms a lot to test his ankle.
Yeah, it's
his right ankle.
It's an unusual technique, but obviously it's worked, Bill.
But your shoulder bone is connected to you.
It's all connected.
eventually.
No song about that.
The mystery remains. That's the 5th tackle.
Hold here, go.
Pryor plays the ball. It's with Eastman. Eastman, a high kick hanging. Bibby will come for it. It's claimed though by Leeds, and Walters couldn't take it in. Ball in touch.
John, it's on the 10.
And Wigan will play it 10 metres in.
Back, wait, go.
About 15 metres away from their own try line.
Now we'll see what Wigan have got in the locker. They've had 10 minutes of pressure. They've given away a couple of penalties, a few mistakes. A try has been scored against them. And as they're going to do here, they're going to make the meters, get to the kick, and get back to that disciplined approach, discipline within that game plan.
Well, they're up to the 40-metre line. Havard, it is.
Wait here.
And Sam Powell. Tommy Lulawai alongside him. It's Powell with the kick, though. Drills it downfield. It's a good one. Sits up just shy of that Leeds try line, and Broadbent trying to work his way across field, but he's working his way with the aid of those Wigan defenders towards his own try line and over it. And they will get the ball back, will Wigan, after that enterprising piece of work. Powell's kick and a great follow-up.
That's a massive play, that, from Sam Powell. He kicks on the 3rd play, turns them round. The chase is magnificent from Wigan. You can see, look, he's got nowhere to go, Jack Broadbent. He's 7 or 8 metres away from his try line. But
isn't it?
Thomas Lulawai, Sam Powell, they do everything right to keep him up. They won't allow him to get to the ground. They manhandle him and push him back.
I'm almost tempted to say, as a young fullback, don't let the ball bounce, but on watching it again, it's just quality. Good kick, good chase, good defence, and they've got the ball.
Now, can they capitalise on that good work from their hooker, Sam Powell? Really experienced, over 200 Wigan appearances, an unsung hero, really. 28 years of age, Powell. There he is, just surveying the landscape, pointing, then going the other way. Lulawai, Jackson Hastings. Hastings past to Bateman. Bateman clinging onto it this time, under pressure. Here is Hastings once more. Hastings. Smithers is tackled 10 metres out. Farrell picks up. Farrell looking for some support. Nobody there. Cameron Smith with the tackle. On the last now. The ball's spun out to Jackson Hastings. Hastings, though, and the ball cannons and sits up nicely for Sam Walters. And Wigan spurn another opportunity.
Well, an untidy end to the set of 6 then. They were looking to shift it. Leeds Rhinos were crying out for players to come across. Zach Hardaker, the ball just ricochets off his head.
Looked like Hardaker was actually trying to get out of the way.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to allow the ball to go behind him.
Didn't work. NRL action tomorrow morning, 10:55 on Sky Sports Arena. Melbourne Storm against the Sydney Roosters. And on Saturday, doubleheader, 8:30 for Souths against the West Tigers on Arena and main event. And 10:35 Canberra Raiders against Parramatta. That's again on Arena and Sky Sports Mix. Busy weekend.
Another good kick, another good chase. This time it was from Leeds Rhinos, who are trying to restrict the meters, apply the pressure. Nobody's told Leeds Rhinos that they've got a few missing here. They genuinely believe they can get in this game and come out on the right side of it. What have we got? Just less than half an hour to see whether they can keep that up, or will Wigan show that class, show that smart.
3 tackles gone. With Shorrocks now. That's the 5th tackle. Wigan just inside their own 40. And Hastings, will he go for a 40-20? No, he goes deep down the middle of the field. And Broadbent is underneath that one.
He does well to get that kick away. He was under enormous pressure from Brad Dwyer. Again, he knows his role, Brad Dwyer. He brings urgency to the side. The Warriors getting nice and tight here. They'll hunt in numbers. You see how they always like to hit in 3. Hold them up before they take them to the ground.
Tom Briscoe plays the ball. Dwyer. Luke Briscoe. Wrestling his way to get to his feet. Valetsky still out there. 40-metre line, Wigan territory, 4 tackles gone. Here's Donaldson, but into the clutches of those Wigan defenders. 5th tackle, and Martin with a kick into some space in the middle of the field. It's a teasing kick, but Wigan had people there, among them Joe Shorrocks, who gathers the ball.
Oh, it takes a nice bounce, doesn't it, for Joe Shorrocks, just up in his hands then. You could see that he spotted some space when he kicked that ball. Martin looking for the big chase in centre field.
Jake Bibby hasn't really had much of a look in tonight. The man who's got 5 tries and leads the Super League try chart at the moment.
They've tried a number of times, haven't they, with Cameron Smith and then Mellor getting the one-on-one on the ball carrier before taking the man to ground, trying to strip the ball.
Tony Clubb angrily gets to his feet, plays the ball. Shorrocks it is. Hastings, another booming kick downfield. Broadbent is again well positioned, claims it.
And what's he facing? Purple rain. A raft of purple shirts right in front of him. Nowhere to go. This is an amazing game. Loving it, Bill.
Well, it's still a 2-point contest. And Wigan's dominance hasn't materialised yet in the face of a real stubborn display from the Leeds Rhinos.
And that's that push-up, just keep supporting your hooker. Whenever your hooker runs, you need support.
Cameron Smith, Eastmond, onto Alex Mellor, Leeds Rhinos try scorer in the second half. Sam Wood, tall, strong runner. That's the 5th tackle though. And it's Reece Martin who's hoisting that kick. He gets some height on it, but Hardacre is underneath that.
Again, there's no panic from either side. Get to your kick, chase really hard. When you kick the ball to Zach Hardacre, you've got to make sure you meet him with a decent defensive line. You know he's got some decent footwork on the back of that. They will bring the speedsters in from out wide.
Jackson Hastings appealing to the referee for something, but nothing coming in Wigan's favour. Pryor wrestling with him. Hastings plays the ball. Another 40-20 attempt, this time from Powell it is, and it's a great one. Can it get there? Oh, didn't have the legs. Broadbent just gets there in the nick of time.
But again, Bill, it's a kick on the 3rd play again from Sam
but they
Powell.
concede the penalty.
Yeah, they get you down the other end of the field where they want you. Sam Powell jumps out of dummy half, spots some space, kicks on the 3rd, looking for the 40-20. Joe Shorrocks really keen to get up there and take down the fullback on tackle 1. It takes him down. Unfortunately for him and his teammates, it's illegal.
Brief pause in play, opportunity to go down to the sidelines. Here from John Wells.
Yeah, thanks very much, Bill. The Rhinos' short kicking game when they get the opportunity. Have a look at this. As early as the 6th minute, Alex Mellor's offered himself as a line on the last tackle in the opposition 20. This building up to the held up in goal on Jackson Hastings. The Mellor try came after it. When they get in possession they just squandered, Bill. That's what they need to be doing.
Criminal, Bill. From that penalty, they didn't find touch, and they've given another 6 again away.
Yeah, they have put themselves under pressure of the Leeds Rhinos. They thought, after that high tackle from Shorrocks, that they were off the hook for the moment, but as Terry said, they didn't find touch, and they've given Wigan further tackles with an infringement, and they could pay a price for that. Coming up towards the hour mark here, Wigan in possession. It is with Shorrocks. Shorrocks gets the pass to Tony Clubb. Prop forward these days, made his name or started his career as a winger. Hastings pass. And good defence from the Leeds Rhinos. Smithies turned on his back, sent backwards in fact, but is that just delaying the inevitable? Hastings, lovely dummy into the corner, almost out of the ground, and Wigan do make the most of that opportunity. Leeds giving them back possession, and Jackson Hastings it was who threaded his way through, and Leeds go 12-6 ahead.
Well, this is a self-inflicted injury, isn't it? They failed to find touch. And the coach, Richard Agart, disappointed, knowing how much this will count for later on. We'll see in the next 30 seconds, defending their own line. Too busy, too worried about what Jackson Hastings is going to do. They don't take into account what he actually does, which is a show and go. Dummy steps through the gap, and the Leeds Rhinos now, with points against them on the scoreboard, entering the final quarter, having put so much into this game.
Jackson Hastings putting Wigan 12-6 ahead. He and Liam Farrell among the Wigan try scorers here tonight, and that was punishment for Leeds, wasn't it? Adrian Lamb looking on, but Reece Martin and co, knowing that you can't afford to gift Wigan possession like that.
Looking for distance with the kick, just pull back the meters, get it off the field. That man catches it, attacks straight away.
Hardacre looking for his first success of the night with the boot. Well, that was on target, didn't have the distance. Still 12-6.
Well, he fails to find touch here. He's going for distance to get them that bit more field position up the field. Zach Hardacre catches it, goes straight away. As soon as they get caught over on the right side of the field, you can see that there's a late retreat from Reece Martin. It's a big show from Jackson Hastings to pump that ball out, but he runs the ball more than any other player in Super League, so you've got to make sure you switch on with him.
Jackson Hastings was man of the match in their cup victory over York last time out for the Wigan Warriors. Got them through to the quarter-finals, that victory. Now looking to maintain their 100% start to this new season. Third in the table going into this game, the Wigan Warriors. And here's Tony Clubb. And still with players to come back as well, Wigan. Bevan French waiting in the wings, and that's some problem that Adrian Lamb's going to have to accommodate Bevan French. Hardacre picks the ball up.
No, I don't agree with that. Yeah, I don't agree with that. When you see a ball, and it's difficult, it's a difficult job for Chris Kendall. But look, arms around it, he's going the opposite way, and that's all day and all night straight. But all in all, I think the referee's handled what's been a really intense game. We've only got just over an hour. As we said, the final quarter, players mentally and physically tired, but will we see the Rhinos wave that white flag? I'm not sure. Will we see the class and quality and spirit and high skill of Rhinos, of the Warriors, just take that scoreboard away from Leeds?
Here is Matt Pryor now for Leeds, who are in possession. Kyle Eastman. Eastman gets the pass away to Jack Broadbent, fullback in the line. Here's Mellor. Sam Powell. Tony Clubb doing the tackling on him. Here is Eastman now. Eastman, shape to kick, gets the pass away to Reece Martin. They're about 10 metres out now as Martin is tackled. It's the fifth. And Eastman kicks across field. Oh, and Mellor got up the highest, couldn't claim it. Opportunity there for Alex Mellor. He had the height.
Alex Mellor and Sam Walton, I'll be swapping Sam Walton, I'll be putting him wider. He's about 3 or 4 inches taller than Mellor. You see when he goes up, he's trying to catch the ball to make a control pass backwards. But definitely the side to go to on those crossfield kicks with Mellor and Walters.
Into the last quarter, Wigan ahead by 12 points to 6, looking to really assert their authority in this contest. They've never managed to do that so far. Leeds clinging on at times. Shorrocks, a regular on the bench so far this season. Bateman now. 2 seasons with Canberra. He was a really popular figure, John Bateman, but equally popular among Wigan supporters. And here is Hanley. Hanley, little skip, trying to find a way through. Martin makes the tackle. 5th it is, and so Hastings on the last hoists that kick. Broadbent underneath it once more, and surrounded by a group of players. Hanley was there. Broadbent made that his own.
Well, Sutcliffe as well, just trying to get in the way. The Wigan players thought he nearly got in the way of Jack Broadbent when the ball came down. Trying to escort them off, you could see it just gets there, but wow.
Oliver, you're off. Oliver, good now, you've gone.
Here's Luke Briscoe now.
Move, Willer.
Isa and Luluai doing the tackling. Dwyer. It's the pass off to Jared O'Connor. Back on the field. Leeds struggling to make headway this set. 4 tackles gone. They're still well inside their own half. Matt Pryor. Oh, that's a big hit on Pryor.
I don't know whether it was Shorrock or Partington then that caught him.
Martin belts that ball down the middle of the field into the arms of Hardacre. Hardacre avoiding the first challenge.
He doesn't look happy, Zach Hardacre. The last couple of minutes,
You've tucked and rotated, mate.
you've seen that frown start to appear. He catches that ball, deals with it, and then collects something around the head. There's the hit, but there's no control after the hit from Wigan. That's the reason it ends up being sloppy and messy, and it is Matt Pryor who catches him high.
Next line.
He's not an happy chappy, is he?
Wait for the foot. Wait for the foot.
Penalty then takes Wigan into Leeds territory. Here is Partington.
That become wait. Hold. Go.
Hastings 40-metre line. Shorrocks now runs into the clutches of Matt Pryor. That's good defence from Leeds,
That's
sending it well
defense.
back towards the halfway line.
Sent him back 10 metres, then Shorrocks.
So they've got to try again, and Smithies will try that. Feisty player, Morgan Smithies.
Said he's looked good in the back row on the left-hand side. Might want to see him from him.
Well, him and Alex Sutcliffe have had a real tussle.
Mellor, good work from him.
Is that Harry Smith?
Harry Smith on the field, yeah.
Alex, not square. Gone 10.
Bateman loses his footing as he came back across the field.
It's not a surrender,
That's the 5th tackle, just inside the Leeds 20. It's Luluai kicking this time into the corner, and Broadbent came for it, lost the ball, is picked up by Wigan. The referee says come back for the knock-on. It was a Wigan knock-on, and Leeds will breathe another sigh of relief.
It's a good kick, isn't it? And it's a good chase again. Harry Smith recently onto the field, just can't collect that offloaded pat back from Wigan. But another point of attack now for Wigan. Harry Smith gives them different options, a different voice, a different style.
But as long as Wigan don't take advantage of opportunities like that, then Leeds are still in the hunt. A tap back from Jake Bibby, and Harry Smith could have capitalised. Hull Kingston Rovers against Huddersfield Giants tomorrow, 7:30 Sky Sports Arena for that. Catalan Dragons against the Salford Red Devils, Saturday 4:55 on Arena live from Perpignan. Ball lost by Leeds again. They're making life hard for themselves, hard enough as it is, under real pressure from this Wigan side now.
Well, John Bateman strips the ball from Jared O'Connor, ball goes backwards. That's why the Rhinos don't get the ball back. You look at the men they've got on with Zach Hardacre, Luluai, Hastings, Powell and Harry Smith, attacking players, attacking options.
They're attacking now. Harry Smith, Hardacre skipping past the first challenge of Briscoe. Sutcliffe gets a hold of him. 4 tackles gone this set. Harry Smith, little chip kick ahead, but straight into the hands of Jack Broadbent.
Great line speed by Matt Pryor. He forces Harry Smith. Instead of playing out wide and shifting the ball, he forces him back into the target area around the ruck.
Tom Briscoe. Another good weaving break from him to gain some territory for his under-pressure side. Here's Reece Martin now, but all one-man-up stuff from Leeds at the moment. Just inside their own half. Here's Jared O'Connor. Bumps his way over the halfway line.
Move, John Bateman, here we are. Wait, go far.
Now then, Matt Pryor. Eastman. Eastman gets the pass off to Mellor, who claimed it at the second attempt. 5th tackle.
Young Morgan Gannon onto the field now for the Rhinos.
Eastman, this time he puts the kick in. And once more up into the air, safe for Hardacre.
You've got to make him chase for them balls, haven't you, Zach Hardaker? If he's not pressured, it's so easy for him at the back to take.
Liam Farrell running onto that pass.
Don't go early, wait, go two.
Harry Smith. Here is Jake Bibby now.
Third.
Quickly closed down.
Go free.
And Wigan rolling forward. But 4 tackles gone as Shorrocks hits the ground just inside their own half. And this game really hasn't changed from a battle of attrition, virtually from the word go. Bateman trying to bustle his way through. And Isa was arriving in support, but he couldn't get himself free. On the last, and Hastings hounded down. That's good pressure from Leeds, and it's Hardaker who puts the kick in the end, and it's high, and Broadbent wants nothing to do with that.
There are times in this game where I think the Rhinos players are absolutely out on their feet, and then they'll come up with an extra effort, as they did on that occasion. Jackson Hastings, with bodies in front of him, finds an offload, and that man will be proud, as he was the week before in the Cup. If you can get beat on skill, class, quality, your coach will accept that. If you get beat on effort and attitude, then that's unacceptable. And I might just let me goggles slip a little bit. As a former Rhinos player, some of the young kids out there are really doing themselves justice, and you like to see those players coming through.
There's young guns in this Wigan side as well who've consistently shown up well. More experienced young players, in fact, in this Wigan side. Harry Smith among them. They've seen more action for the Wigan Warriors. Donaldson, not the biggest, but he really does put himself about, doesn't he?
He punches well above his weight, Donaldson.
Alex Sutcliffe now. Wigan holding on to a 12-6 lead, looking for a 4th win in a row. When you think how dreadfully they started the season, 18-0 down against Lee Centurions in the first game. They've come back strongly of Adrian Lamb's side since then. Referee just
penalty. He's injured.
That's harsh, that.
He's injured, and he failed to play the ball correctly, and he gets penalised.
An incorrect play of the ball. Look at him, you can see that he's struggling. He can't stand up to play the ball properly. Well,
it's going to be a last tackle turnover.
Yeah,
he's not.
You're right. Chris Kendall knows the rules. That's an incorrect play of the ball, and there you go.
What? Because his legs stuck out to the side.
Because he's got cramp.
He plays it with his foot.
Okay,
well,
John, I'll tell you when, mate. Wait. You're good, boys.
Could he have just lain down and not played the ball?
It's not in the nature. It's not in the nature, is it? You're talking about somebody whose instinct is to just get up under any circumstances. Just get up.
Well, he did, and got penalised.
Yeah.
And Wigan have it back. Bateman. Young Morgan Gannon wrestling with him. Morgan Gannon, son of Jim Gannon, once of Halifax. His brother Jacob on the books at Warrington, in actual fact. Here's Hastings now. Hastings, lovely pass for Farrell. Farrell will get his 2nd of the game, and Jackson Hastings again undoes the Leeds Rhinos defence. Just a flash of brilliance from Jackson Hastings, and Liam Farrell all smiles because he was there to take the pass and go over for a try that gives Wigan a bit of breathing distance, and it's bang in front of the post, kick to come, and Wigan now will feel a lot more comfortable.
Well, the call goes against him. I think this was pretty harsh by the referee, Chris Kendall, saying it incorrect play of the ball. You could see that he's struggling, Mellett, but to me, he gets up, he plays the ball with his foot. That shouldn't have been a penalty, but the ball shifted out, and Wigan are dangerous. You got Harry Smith looking to offload the ball. He gives it on to Jackson Hastings, and pushing up as always Farrell. Support on the shoulder. That's when you look at this Wigan side, and in this sort of field position, they want to keep the ball alive, they want to keep asking questions, and they certainly have done, and maybe just took this game now away from Leeds Rhinos.
Well, we talked about the attacking threats in the purple shirts of Wigan, and young Harry Smith, another exciting young player, finds an offload. Hastings, and then again Wigan score a try, and this time Zach Hardaker managed to slot it through the H's, but wonderful hands, wonderful feet, nice offload, finds a support player, and watch what he does. Hastings knows instinctively if he drifts into the channel that is occupied by Liam Farrell, he's going to find a support player. The coach appreciates the quality that they've shown and the test that they've had as well, and they've met that test.
That's more like it seemed to be the expression on the face of the Wigan Warriors coach. Liam Farrell, over 100 Wigan tries now, in over 270 Wigan Warriors appearances, nearing the 300 mark in actual fact. Liam Farrell in great form at the start of this season, been in great form in this phase of his career. He's made the dream team for the last 2 years.
An outstanding player, diligent professional, toughness, skill, not a slouch, you know, when he breaks a tackle. And you've talked about this player a number of times, Bill. Morgan Smithies, wearing number 15 for the Wigan club. He's absolutely hammered that side. Every time he's touched the ball, carted the ball up, been hard to handle. It's great to see so many young players on show this evening.
Dwyer trying to wrestle that ball free from Partington, and Partington has a little tug on Dwyer's ankle, and that was just needless.
Yeah, it'd be disappointing. Obviously, you could see Brad Dwyer, he was into Partington when he's on the ground. He tries to strip the ball, head in, nice and tight. Obviously, some verbals from the hooker, and just a reaction from Ollie Partington. He needs to be better than that when he's got control of the ball, and he'll probably know that. And that's the unsettling nature from Dwyer, isn't it?
Oof, that's unsettling. Dear me, Alex Mellor. Wish he'd stayed down with cramp after that. Tommy Luluai really went in hard. Beg your pardon. It was Morgan Gannon, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Welcome to the big time.
He loves it, though.
Second appearance for Morgan Gannon. Made his debut against St Helens last week. So what a start that is. Saints for your debut, and then second game against the Wigan Warriors.
Valuable experience. You can't buy it, Bill.
And there he is, appealing to the referee. The ball goes behind Reece Martin. 4 tackles gone, the ball's on the ground, and the referee whistles. What's he going to give here? Somebody's taken out.
Yeah, Brad Dwyer.
Dwyer putting himself about again, just obstructing Harry Smith. Feeling aggrieved about that, Brad Dwyer. It's been a gutsy effort from this lead side. Last 5 minutes of the game, though, and Wigan heading for their 4th win in a row at the start of this season. 3 in Super League, 1 in the Challenge Cup. A very satisfactory start to the campaign for Adrian Lamb's side. Tougher challenges to come, of course. Teams will get players back. Long way to go. Brad Singleton.
Well, Mikołaj Lecki then see him going hunting for his former teammate.
Still in the last few minutes of the game, players keen to prove a point. And young Alecki's proved a point here, I think, tonight.
He's an international player in waiting, isn't it? 6 again for the Wigan club. He's been different class, hasn't it, this evening? Zach Hardacre. Well, if Sean Wayne is watching, which we know he is, he'll have been seeing an outstanding performance and somebody to challenge Sam Tompkins if it is indeed Sam's to lose.
No, he's Perpignan, Catalan Dragons. It's Wigan on the attack, looking for more points to make this a more convincing victory, and they could be on here. Harry Smith's short pass. Leeds defending vigorously to the end. Smithies it was who was stopped. Farrell looking for a hat-trick, and Farrell's not given up looking. But he's denied on that occasion. That's the 5th tackle. And the ball chipped through, and just managing to make it dead. Cruz-Leeming.
That was a clever kick, wasn't it, from young Harry Smith. Just look how he kicks this ball off the side of his boot, sees that space behind Dwyer and Leeming. Unfortunately, Leeming, he doesn't get it the first time. He gets it the second, though, grounds the ball. Reece Martin now just take his time, looking for a short kick-off.
Last couple of minutes, the ball knocked forwards by Leeds, and Wigan will get that back.
Well, looking for Mellor again. The crossfield kicks, the short kicks, they've looked for him out wide. He goes up above John Bateman, looking for Morgan Gannon.
I don't know why he doesn't
a bit more
catch that
pressure
ball,
here.
Alex Mellor. I don't know why he doesn't catch it.
Okay, Sam.
So Wigan take possession. Final minute of the game.
Wait, go on.
And as expected, as we saw from Leeds against St Helens last time out, they've made it tough for their opponents, but once again been unable to have enough ammunition to outgun the Wigan Warriors. And it'll be 3 defeats in a row for the Leeds Rhinos. Sam Powell stopped just short of the Leeds line. Richard Agar saying that he's hoping that some of these players will be back, and Hardacre will have the final word, will he? Yes, he will, as he notches that one over just to extend Wigan's advantage.
Well, it doesn't matter what they look like, does it? It doesn't matter how far over the H's they go. Hasn't been a perfect night for him with the boot, especially off the tee, but it's been a virtually perfect performance from him. What a player he is. Steps up. The senior players for the Wigan club: Hardacre, Hastings, Lulawai, Sam Powell. He's done a massive 46 tackles, only bettered by Morgan Smithies, touching 50 according to our stats.
Okay. Don't do anything stupid, fellas.
Martin booms the ball downfield, and Brad Singleton runs it back and loses possession. The last tackle of the game.
Cumbrian on Cumbrian there.
Donaldson, he might not be the tallest, but sometimes you don't need to be. Look at that, he hits him mid-rip. I tell you what, that's going to hurt.
Well, that in a way sums up the Leeds' efforts here tonight, because they have given it their all, but Wigan have just had too much for them. And Liam Farrell in particular, 2 tries for him, and some brilliance for from Zach Hardacre as well. Final 1-pointer from him. Richard Agar, though, once again will look at this performance and take plenty of positives out of it, and hope that in the weeks to come he gets his players back and Leeds can turn